Good morning. Unfortunately, this is the second time I've had to try to do this because cameras start developing some issues when basically I can use it, but I like connecting it to my phone so I can see how it looks. And unfortunately, it keeps uncoupling from my phone, so it completely ruins the video. I do apologise for that. Today I'm going to talk about HeroQuest. I've already opened the box. It's not an unboxing video by any means. This is a game in partnership with Milton Bradley and Games Workshop. Now, Milton Bradley used to be a British company which may have produced many different board games. Unfortunately, they got consumed by Hasbro, just like Waddington's. They're sort of a little bit like the oldie worldy version of what Electronic Arts has done. And for all of you out there, you know what Electronic Arts have done. They've destroyed many a good studio, but a little bit less with the negativity. Now, this is everything you need in this is in the box. So I bought this on the secondary market roughly 10 years ago. So I have used it, but that entire board is for it, and some of the maps don't even use that entire board. Now onto the rules. Rules are pretty simple, just as with the new version, but I'm going to do a separate video on the new version, and you'll see why later. Now this one is only got 13 pages of rules, which, to be honest, in this day and age, for a game with depth like this one, it is pretty much unusual. The rules have not changed that much. Now, you could use a screen to put all the stuff that you needed for each room, because the way you play this game is you don't set it all out. Your adventurers have to go around the map, and then each room they open, then you put down the pieces in the room. For example, we can have furniture, but also all the monsters that are roaming in the dungeon are there. However, these days, instead of using this, a nice piece of artwork on there, you can use an app, and it's a free to download app, and it's exactly the same as this. So this is your main quest book. In each one of these, you can actually even create your own quests, but I'm not competent enough yet to do that. So if you don't want to do that, you've already got pre-selected quests. It shows you the outline. So this is for the Dungeon Master, if you like, and you would go about setting up that map as your 4 heroes go around the map. Now you've got 4 heroes altogether. Oh, hello. Actually, I've got a feeling that's the new one. Okay, just bear with me. Ah, there we go, there's the original one. So, you've got the Barbarian, which I've started trying to do something with. You've got a Elf with a sword, which is a bit weird because they come with longbows these days. You've got a Mage that does all your magic stuff. And then you've got the Stout Stalwart Dwarf. With these characters, you get these cards, pretty uncomplicated, tells you everything that you need to know, and is straight to the point, which is, I'm sure you'll agree, we all like. Now, I've also, you'll get in this some monsters to use in this said dungeon, of which, you know, you've got a Famir, Chaos Warrior, Goblin, and then you've got some of the Denzians, the Undead, Mummy, Zombie. There's lots of people like zombies. I'm not the biggest, I don't know. Orcs, Goblins, and not forgetting the Gargoyle and the Skeleton. We are actually missing one card as well at the moment, so just bear with me. Also, I've got a quick shifty to see if I can find that card. Very curious. Anyway, on with the video. Now, in this you get a lot of models. You can paint them if you want. You don't have to. I mean, a basic skeleton warrior, for example. Let's see if I can find one. Because some of these I have actually started painting because I just think they look nicer if they're painted. Unfortunately, well, I sprayed this one, but this was originally the same colour as the mummy. And I've got one of these somewhere, he says, famous last words. Let's see the unscripted element of my videos here. That's quite bizarre. But yes, I've started doing something. I know I've got one somewhere, but I can't see him in here, that I've actually done something with. But alas, the show must go on. Now, also the amount of dice you need is pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you get 6 dice in this game. For some reason, there's some black dice in here. I'm not quite sure why, but that's barely matters. Now, yeah, you get 6 dice in this game. These dice are obviously a 6-sided dice, which you got with most MB and Waddington's games at the time, and these dice. Now, these all denoted, that's basically a save, that's basically 1 wound, that's a monster wound. That can also be seen as a defense or monster defense as well. And as somebody pointed out, that if you turn up the outside of this, it looks like bunny ears, which is curious to say the least. But anyhow, now also you get in this game furniture, so bookcases and stuff. The main focus obviously is not just beating monsters, but these tiny little treasure chests that you get in the game. And the furniture adds a bit of depth, I suppose. It's quite a nice touch, because so often with these dungeon crawler type style of games, you have to go and look for them third party. Now, this is the Barbarian of today, but that's for another video. Alas to say. Now, you also get event cards in this, and you get treasure cards. The event cards can be basically a wandering monster in the dungeon, for example. You also get magic cards in this as well, just to sort of for your magic character. So you get all different types of spells. So you get, I think, if I remember rightly, your fire spells, which are denoted by these, and basically the sort of chaos spells. So you've got your air spells, some nice little bits of art, to be honest with them, and you get your water spells, and then finally you get your earth spells. Now, unfortunately, I knew of this originally when I was a lad, but at the time it wasn't enough to pull me in. Also with this, you get character development, so you can actually over a course of time develop a character. And at the same time, they did bring out for this up roughly about 5 expansion packs with more monsters and more maps, etc., and extra pieces to put on the board to give it a little bit more of a diverse feel. This went out of print, sadly, so I suspect probably sometime in the mid-90s, when I suspect Games Workshop had a bit more of a foothold, because at this time of this, the era, shall we say, I bought out Space Hulk, which many of you may know about, which is basically a map, but you build this map as opposed to being a board, and you basically pit your humans against aliens, Space Marine Terminators versus Gene Stealers, which is something for another day. Also, at the same time, they brought out Space Crusade, which is also another collaboration between MB and Games Workshop, in which it was a space version of HeroQuest. So you had a whole board, but I didn't particularly like it. The models are good, but the gameplay mechanics I didn't particularly like. So I have got no intention of buying Space Crusade, and I suspect it's quite expensive to get hold of these days, because these are pushing 30 years old. Unfortunately, if you find one in mint condition, they're worth a reasonable amount of money. But my tip is, set an amount that you want to spend and stick with it, because with things like HeroQuest, today it's not so necessary to get the original version, but I'll explain in the next video why that is. The mission packs are insane. They have reprinted with the new one some of the original missions, but there's one which involves ogres, which on the secondary market I've seen as much as £300, and that's because it comes with ogre models. But I think even the one without the ogre models is quite expensive, to say the least. But yes, if you're going to buy the original one, all fine and good, but I will buy the new one, but I'll explain why in the next video. But due to licensing agreements, this was around for about maybe 4 or 5 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it might have been literally starting to disappear as I got into the hobby. So at the time I wasn't interested in this, but this is a quaint, nice game. Anybody can play this. You don't have a skill set that you need for this. You don't need to spend hundreds of pounds, as I've said in some of the other videos on other elements of the hobby. This is one of their games where they shot straight and they got it bang on. Now, as I said, you don't have to paint the models, but they look nice if they're painted. Eventually may get around to doing that. Unfortunately, at the moment, other matters have made me start looking at the other version, and I'll explain what that is in the next, well, actually it's a bit closer shot. I'll explain what that is in the next video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great day wherever and whenever you are, and this is 4046 out. Please like and subscribe. Please also subscribe, as I'd like to get to 50 subscribers in the near future. I'm not far away, and hopefully it's a little bit better lit, because I've got a lighting ring now, so these videos are a little bit better at least. Anyway, have a good day wherever you are, and this is 4046 out.